I'm losing my mojo.
Sure.
We've got a big workout too.
So what you can do is this. Here's a great option, guys, that you can just make up a little bit of sports drink and have like literally a couple of sips, just something, and then be disciplined to stop there, have it in your bag, and there you go, and now you've got your post-exercise drink ready to rock. You finish the rest off after. Or if it's resistance training, so if it's at the gym and you're doing your resistance work, or even if it's a combo of resistance aerobic, you may even want to have a little bit of protein shake, protein carbohydrate, a couple of sips before. Again, bring nothing wrong with amino acids in the bloodstream as well, and then you finish the rest off after. So you've already got it there, and you're using it a little bit before as well. Just a little bit though, not much. Right?
Now, just with the breakfast before training, like I usually have breakfast about 7:30, and depending on what I'm doing, I'll either be at the gym for a session at 10, or if I'm doing my resistance, I'll be there sort of 8:30, 9 o'clock. For that earlier session, should I cut back on what I'm eating? Or?
Yes, the answer to that is yes.
But for the 10 o'clock one, does it?
No, it's fine. You'll have adequate time for digestion. So we're going to look at that coming up. I've got this great funnel diagram. So basically, an hour breakfast, an hour before working out in the gym is again it's not immediately before, but it is still counterproductive, because what's happening is you're digesting this food when then you're asking your body to really push itself hard. And basically, if you imagine, put food into your gut and all the blood flows there to digest, all being diverted to the gut. Now if you start to work out, the muscles, say your quads are going, hey, I want that blood flow, I want oxygen, I want glucose and amino acids and fatty acids. So hey, hang on, forget this digestion bit, and there's a real turmoil, and there's a compromise, and so you do neither effectively. So has anyone felt that? They've had a workout and they've had a bit much in their stomach and they just don't feel great, and it kind of sits there. This is the impact of having too much. So for your, I would say still, you could have something at 7:30 for an 8:30 workout, 9 o'clock, but just maybe bring the amount down. Or there is nothing wrong with even having something that's liquid, like
a shake.
That's even better, because it's liquid, it gets through, and save the energy and the extra carbohydrate for after, like the cereal for after. That's when it's working best for you. That's when it's serving you best.
Right, and the toast afterwards.
Correct. So if we start to look at the workout phase, where we are now working out for anywhere, it could be anywhere from 30 minutes through to an hour, through to more. First thing is, if you're working up to an hour, there's really no need to have glucose. Okay, so for endurance work, except if you really want to push your body harder, this is what this central nervous system bit is. In other words, there is some evidence that if you do like like a time trial on a bike, or you're doing doing a 5k run, and you really want to give it a good nudge, then some glucose, which I know during a 5k run would be tough, but if you were able to maybe just a little bit of a gel or something, some glucose during can help your nervous system. Your central nervous system gets the feedback from your oral cavity that, hey, there's glucose, that feeds forward to your muscle. So these studies have actually indicated that you don't actually have to ingest the glucose. You can just rinse it in your mouth and spit it out, and you go faster.
Wow.
Interesting. Yeah. Now I'm not suggesting, by the way, just so for Rachel again, that there's any spitting out in the gym. But that's interesting, isn't it? So for that, and because there's always that concern, but I'm wanting to lose weight, and if I have glucose, isn't that going to be counterproductive? Well, not necessarily, because it obviously depends on how much. And if you have a little bit of glucose and you work harder, you expend more energy, and this actually is more productive for you. So it's one of those little wee things you just have to have a bit of an experiment with. But for the most part, guys, I'd imagine for most of you, water. Is that what you're currently doing? Water? I think that's fine.
Within an hour.
Within, yeah. So just quick check in. What sort of workouts are you guys doing? What's
About
an hour? Of half an hour. What type of workout? Grit, which is like quite a. Is it? It's it's a
But I enjoy it because it's only half an hour.
Yeah.
it's high intense.
Yeah, I have training.
Yeah.
So in that scenario, yeah, you're not going to have anything during, but
I have water. I do have water during.
you do have some water
I
during.
have to. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So it'd be interesting actually. So just a trial. So and how many actually use sports drink here at all? Has anyone ever used some a little bit? Yeah. If you had, why I recommend sports drink, and I know you might be thinking, hang on, isn't that sugar and that not good for your teeth? And yes, be careful on dental health. I had there's a not so great story on dental health. I used to drink copious amounts of sports drink as a cyclist a few years back when I was in Melbourne. When I say copious amounts, nothing to drink 4 or 5 litres on a long ride, because I'm riding for 5 hours, sometimes 6 hours, you know. So I'm eating a lot, and I have not a filling at all in any of my teeth. This was when I was, dating now, about 34 years of age, about 10 years ago. So I'm feeling good about the dental health. I'm all over this. I don't have to worry about it. So I don't go to the dentist. I thought I'd better just check in. Yeah? The dentist says, my goodness, you just got your x-ray there, you've got 15 fillings.
Oh, gee.
Yep, and we're going to start work right away. So I said, you must have the wrong x-ray. They said, no, that's yours, Mr. Kimber, and we need to start work right away. And by the way, are you do you exercise? I said, well, yeah, I'm a cyclist. And it's a female dentist. She was very good. And she said, oh, do you drink sports drink? I said, well, of course. I drink a lot. I said, oh, there you go. We have all sorts of issues with the cyclist and sports drink, and it causes tooth decay. Right, you need to go and see a sports nutritionist. I said, oh, really? I am one. Didn't know my background, right? And I'm not about to stop drinking sports drink, because I sort of got, got a bit of science hat on. And she said, oh, well, okay. I'll bring you some evidence. I said, well, you go and do that. That's great. You bring the evidence to me, and I'll go away and do mine. And I had to come back and eat humble pie. And, yep, this is not good, is it? That's not the sugar, guys. It's the citric acid. Oh. Sports drinks are very acidic, and they cause I had deep tooth decay. Now, thankfully, I just caught it. I've got all my teeth still. I had a couple of root canals, and I saved teeth. Like, it was, thank goodness I went for a checkup. So sports drink. So what I do now, I wasn't before. I rinse mouthwash twice a day. So that's just to keep the acid from eating the enamel, and also flossing. Dental health.
What about kids and sports drinks?
Yeah, same thing. I think it's very appropriate for kids if they're pushing themselves hard, so at the right time. Like see, our 8-year-old, there's no way he needs sports drink right now for his football, because he's not running around enough, he's not sweating enough, and they get oranges and even biscuits at half time, which you got to let kids go. They're getting enough glucose. So when he starts getting into his fitness improves,
so 12, 14.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then I'll start talking to him about sports drink.
Because I hadn't even thought of sports drinks. I didn't think we're, I don't know. Put everything in perspective, I suppose.
Yeah.
My brother does triathlons, and I'm thinking that an hour's running or at the gym, I just don't need it. He does so much.
No, and like I say, for the most part, you're right. So we're just going to look at maybe what's going on immediately after, and we'll cover that real soon. Okay, we can just check in and see whether or not there might be some merit in looking at that. But again, it's you got to think about your situation and what's going to work best for you. And so it's definitely not a mandatory requirement here.
But like when we do the challenging things, we'll need it then, won't we, if we're working out for a longer period of time?
Absolutely, you will. Okay. Now, if you're going for
We'll just have to rely on Rachel there for all of
Yeah, sure.
yeah, Rachel will be right on spot. Look, if you're really starting to get more into your endurance work, you need some carbohydrate, 30 to 60 grams, but no one's really in that realm, maybe except yourself. Yes, you're doing, how long are your mountain bikes?
I did 40 minutes and then I did 15-minute run and then 40 minutes back to the truck.
Okay. So that's good effort. So you're talking now, 95. So over an hour and a half, and so that's sort of definitely warranting some sports drink and warranting sort of looking at somewhere minimum about 30 grams, which is not difficult to do. Okay, and I'll share more on that coming up. If you're doing really endurance events, I've found personally, and for those I've developed race plans for, some protein really works because it provides again satiety, and it helps stabilise your blood sugar. So it just really helps you, and also keeps you mentally on the game as well, so you can sort of concentrate better for longer events. But that's
what we're going to need.
Yeah. So that's right. If you're going and doing, even if certainly for hiking, so we've worked with some who are doing longer walks, or if you're doing really long bike rides, even if it's really lower intensity, some protein will help you.
So are you talking chicken, or are we talking?
No, I'm talking liquid protein.
Cool.
Here we are, running around the hills with that chicken breast.
I should clarify.
Thank you, pie.
I'm not talking about pulling out your steak.
Will be alright.
Sorry?
Peanuts?
Yeah, so, because the fat content is not favourable. So the idea is you go for a protein bar, and actually you're starting to make a really good one called a Fudge Delight bar.
That's yum.
Have you've tried it?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're really good. I've had some coast to coast athletes use them, and other one of my clients was doing some endurance events. He loves them. They work well because they give you the protein, they give you the glucose as well. It's a combination of the two.